Alright, so I've actually decided to come inside and explore much place. The king size city life that has everything in it keeps growing and growing. What I like about it is that it has technology that connects people, and it's a world in itself. But I was being constantly pulled by the world on the other side, which rejuvenates inner strength. So I took a plunge. With summer at hand, rising and falling climate numbers couldn't hold me back. I surely thought that I started on a perfect day. However, the sun was traveling faster from the horizon and was climbing high. As everything was heating up, I was hoping that I would find something nice and pleasant. Few stretch of empty roads gave relief, but that lasted for shorter time. Alright guys, after traveling for 25 kilometers in 1 hour, I'm just crossing the Hyderabad city. Looks like the road has just opened up, and I'm going to pick up speed from here. So right now we are in fall season. As you can see, the trees have started shedding leaves, and we are entering into summer, and the heat is slowly starting to build. Beginning in late February till June, the summer season is the hottest time in most parts of the Indian tropical region. So the temperature is 28 degrees centigrade. I would say it's almost ideal for trekking. The inseparable scorching sun and hot winds make it most hectic season. Anyways, enough of summer and heat. So in my previous video, I was actually talking to you guys about installing a chin curtain on this helmet, which is I'm currently using. So I've actually visited one of the shops who would normally modify the helmets. So I've talked to that guy, and he said chin curtain may not be helping me. So he advised me to install or add foam to the lower part of the helmet by leaving just enough room between my chin and installed foam. So I've got it installed. So right now I don't see the air making its way into the helmet. I mean, not too much, but slightly. With the foam installed, I was hoping for better audio quality. I believe I got it improved. slightly. My journey continued after fueling the motorbike, and sometime later I entered into Narsapur forest. The forest authority constantly remind to drive slow and not to feed the animals by the road. Almost every time these animals encounter close calls and get away with it, but some pay the price. I began to enjoy the ride as the forest road started to twist and turn. This is what I was anticipating for. I found a pond and couldn't resist, so I went closer to check it out. I was excited as I was reaching the water. The breeze and joyfully chirping birds made my day. The water was still and calm. Nothing hurried it, so it was at rest. The birds looked delighted and relaxing at the water after morning exertion, foraging for food. The damselflies were skimming over water surface to adjust their body temperature, and on the other hand, the sun being at the highest point during the day started warming and vapor the sitting water. But that did not bother the lingering fish near the surface. The aquatic plants seemed like they have adapted all weather conditions as they were flourishing. But plants that took advantage of likely conditions overgrown and started to deteriorate. I was running out of time, so I had to leave to continue my journey. I left with a joyful heart. Just a while ago, I was at the place, which is now a past, as I left it behind. But it will be alive in my thoughts and all the days to come. The road to Medak was one to remember as I passed through jungle, hills and plains. As the road was kind enough to me, my only activity at this time was to make series of smooth moves. As the time progressed, it was afternoon and I got hungry. Alright guys, so just had lunch and starting my journey. So right now I'm just 3.4 kilometers away to reach this fort, and I should say it's a hot day. The temperature is 33 degrees centigrade. Though it is 33 degrees centigrade, it feels very hot because when you look at this place around, it's all rock, just hills everywhere. So I'm sure the heat would reflect. To reach the fort, I had to pass through the narrow streets of Medak. After making few turns, I reached Fort Road, which the Telangana tourism developed. It's good to see the road. I'm sure it has reduced the efforts of trekking on such a hot day. So the moment we start the trek, we get to see the partial view of the city, and there's more city on the other side of this hill. So unlike other forts, looks like this fort has been properly maintained. There's actually an hotel here, which is very nice. You get ice creams and all. I may try that. Let me actually go there and give you a view of the restaurant. So part of the fort, they have turned it into restaurant, which is quite nice, and you get this view from the restaurant. So they have actually turned part of the fort into a restaurant, and of course they have made few changes so that they can actually use it as a public place. And they've also put up a lamppost right next to this massive fort protection wall. They also offer rooms to stay, 1400 without an air conditioner unit, and one with AC for 1800. A much more wider view after climbing a bit. Now right when you actually start to climb, you get to see a gate there. The Medak fort has three main entrances. Among them, the first one is Pradama Dwara. Pradama means first and Dwara means entrance. The fort was built during the 12th century under the regime of Kakatiya ruler Prataparudra. So this is actually the second gate, and right opposite to that there is a post here to stand and guard this fort. Guard post is one of the defense mechanism built in such a way that standing at that place would give wider view over an area. So most of this fort was reworked. As you can see, the concrete has been laid, and they put up the cement on top of the older rock. So it looks like they have been making greater attempts to preserve the authenticity of this fort, which is nice. I continue to walk forward to see rest of the fort. The second gate is called Simhadwara, which has two lions engraved in it. Animal imagery was essentially used to express power and authority. This is quite interesting to see. I don't know what this is, but there is a hole in the ground which was purposefully made. The Medak fort served as a command post for the Kakatiyas and later for the Qutub Shahis, and right beside the Simhadwara is elephant and horse stable. The efforts, time and dedication to put this together is immense. So looks like this is the place where they would, tie the elephants and, raise them here or maintain them here. And as you see all these massive rocks, it wouldn't be possible for a human to raise and, put them together. Right, so for me, this looks to be a stable. They would raise horses because the height is definitely lesser than the one which is right opposite to this construction. This place must have seen many horses which might have won the wars and all, but right now they're just useless, used for nothing. It's quite amazing when you get a thought that a place once prospered, but now it's of no use. It's only for people to come and take a look. It's a heartbreaking feeling when mind comprehends the truth that kings rise against other kings to show dominance and acquire authority, but at the end, over a period of time, all their endeavors faded away. Okay, nothing fancy about this gate. It's just like another gate. The sun started to go down as I moved into deeper parts of the fort, and the hill started to reveal its very few hidden beauty. Spread across 100 acres and at about 90 meters height from the ground level, this fort was planfully built. Gajadwara, elephant's entrance. Animals on these entrances were to show the intelligence and strength displayed at these gates. Though being a successful ruler and financially flourishing, one cannot live without water. And that's where I've arrived, at a pond. Oh, that's a pond. I think I'm going to walk from the other side. I walked by the pond to reach closer, so to see its current state. I was not surprised to see water not fit to be drunk because of its poor quality, but the frogs seemed to be unharmed. Okay, water looks to be deep, but I'm not sure how many days it's going to hold because summer is going to hit, and I'm certain the water is going to evaporate like in quite a few days. After a quick break, I left to see the most exciting part of the fort, the dungeon. Dungeons are essentially dark cells to hold prisoners for a shorter time while they were waiting trials or punishment. Look at that. The walls and the ceiling are so thick
and properly sealed that it trapped cold air inside even when it was hot outside. So the moment I got inside of this chamber, it's very cold. I carefully walked towards the smaller entrance of the cell. Noticeably, smaller rock was used to structure the walls. As I entered into the cell, I noticed windows for airflow and light to enter. This explains that the captors wanted their prisoners to be alive. There's just this, window at the top and another one there, which is the only source of light and wind, and the one above as well. Looks pretty amazing. Looking outside, I kind of felt the mood the prisoners may had, hoping to get free soon. Okay, so I just walked out of this prison, and then right beside this is another chamber. Wow, amazing. What is this place? So they have this rock sticking out of the wall. Not sure why would they do that. Looking at all of this, it gave a notion that how rulers may have subjugated the prisoners. I came across another prison. This one was very different among others. It looked much larger, darker, and deeper. Alright, so I've brought this, headlamp from home. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to actually see, what's there inside this chamber, which is, very dark. This one was a series of chambers, and for some reason it was not provisioned with windows. At first, I didn't want to go inside because I was warned about snakes. So as you guys can see, it's just the chamber. It was smaller in width in relation to the length. As the sun was setting, this chamber wasn't getting any light. It's, very congested. I slightly saw another chamber to the right, which looked frightening because all it contained was darkness. I wasn't able to make a decision either to go in or leave the place. I took heart and went in. Right, so I've actually decided to come inside and explore much place. This was the chamber I talked about. After flashing the light, all I could see was fallen rock. All I wanted to see what was there inside and how deeper the chamber was. I was constantly focusing on flashing light at every corner of the chamber. Also, I was trying to enter into the deeper chamber, but I was getting distracted as the entrance had huge collapsed rock blocking the way. I finally reached the end of it. As you can see, it's nothing but, enclosed chamber. That was crazy. That was just crazy. I spent some more time and seen rest of it. What a day! I have seen different shades of it. Started off struggling in traffic, spent time in peace at lake, and then got thrilled in the fort. But at the end, a sigh of relief. My journey back to home was peaceful. Thank you for coming along. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care.